Cardinal Vincent Nichols came to Rome and took up his symbolic parish church here, a tradition for all new cardinals. Many in his own flock in England and Wales have high hopes for this special synod. For the first time in over 3 decades, Catholic clergy and some families will gather to discuss the Church's teachings on how Catholics should live.
I think this synod has to follow the path indicated by Pope Francis, which on the one hand is being extremely sensitive to the realities in which people live their lives, sometimes with great courage and difficulty, and on the other hand being faithful to the radical nature of following Christ.
Over the past year and a half, Pope Francis has created a sense of optimism among the faithful that he might bring the Church's teachings closer to the real lives of today's Catholics.
This gathering is the first real test of Pope Francis's vision for the future of the Church and his ability to reform it. The questionnaire sent to Catholics ahead of the Synod showed that many wanted change in the Church's teachings on issues ranging from contraception to divorce or same-sex relationships. So now the battle lines are being drawn up between the liberal and the conservative wings of the Church.
On the Liberal side is Peter Stanford, a former editor of the Catholic Herald.
There is certainly at the moment a spirit of optimism and a spirit of positivity in the pews that hasn't been there for a long time. And I think if this synod is just a damp squib and they tell us that these male celibate old men know better than we do what the reality of marriage and parenthood is, I think we'll just think, oh no.
Others, though, say the Church doesn't need to change its teaching. The Pharaohs are expecting their 4th child and say the family remains the bedrock, however hard it can sometimes be.
I'm really hoping that some really strong and clear messages are going to come out about marriage, about family, because we know that families are the building blocks of society. We know that families are where you raise your young, they're where you look after the elderly. And when families crumble, it's not in a common good, society crumbles.
The results of the Synod won't be clear for some time, nor whether this really is a reforming Pope, ready to shake off centuries of tradition. Caroline Wyatt, BBC News, Rome.